Coming up on today's show, we're going to look all the way ahead to the 2023 NFL season, and I put together a list of who I think could break out for San Francisco this upcoming campaign. A lot of interesting names that we're going to get to and talk about, and I'll explain why I think these individuals, all 5 of them, can break out for San Francisco this season. But first, if you're excited for Niners football to return, let's look ahead. Since we're already doing that on today's show, I want you to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. As always, make sure you subscribe as well to the best Niners channel here on YouTube. Today's show is sponsored by Consuri, a new sponsor here at Chat Sports. You can get 15% off using the promo code CHAT at consuri.com/chat. What is Consuri? Well, fellas, are you tired of feeling insecure about your height? Consuri makes shoes that can add up to 2.8 inches to your height, all discreetly. Women get heels, makeup, and push-up bras. Why can't men get a confidence boost? We're all the same height lying down anyway, if you know what I mean. Consuri shoes are not only height boosting, but also stylish and comfortable. They're not Grandpa's Velcro shoes, though. Grandpa, stand over there. Consuri, fashionable shoes that can receive compliments even without the height increase. These height insoles are integrated into the shoes, making it the ultimate height hack. And for a limited time only, for the faithful, Consuri is offering our viewers an exclusive discount of 15% on top of their up to 30% site-wide discount. All you got to do, use the code CHAT at consuri.com/chat to get your 45% off. Don't wait any longer. Upgrade your shoe game, your height, and your confidence now at conzuri.com/chat. If you want to get high, put on a pair of Consuris. The link is available in the comment section and in the description of this video. You can comment your shoe size and your height and then add 2.8 inches to that in the comment section. Taking a look at our Niners breakout candidates here. Let's begin with Jordan Mason. I think this is somewhat of an obvious one, and this is a player who I really, really like as a UDFA out of Georgia Tech last year, made the 53-man roster late in the year, had a couple of games in which he was able to do some special things for the Niners, and heading into his sophomore campaign, I think his role is going to expand a little bit. At least I'm hopeful that it does, because I think he's a player. Here's why I think Jordan Mason can break out. He had 43 carries for 258 yards last year as a rookie. That is good for 6 yards per carry as a rook. And if you think about it, after Christian McCaffrey, Elijah Mitchell, really solid player. I think he has special ability, special vision, really good balance. He's injured far too often, and history shows he's probably going to get injured again. So Jordan Mason could step in and be RB number 2. He runs like a bull and identifies running lanes really quickly and brings this style to the Niners' ground game that has been missing. A guy who will run you over, look back at you, laugh, move the chains, keep it moving. I think Jordan Mason due for a breakout season here in 2023. Another second-year player who I think could break out too, it's Danny Gray. And I hope that he is featured more heavily in this offense. Like Jordan Mason gives running backs in this room a push because of his ability and him being a bell cow type of back who's really, really physical. Well, Danny Gray impresses a lot of people in the wide receiver room with his vertical, elite, breathtaking speed. Well, I think he can break out. All 32 teams in the National Football League covet very fast wide receivers who can take the top off of the defense, who force a safety to slide over and hover that side of the field so that the opposing offense doesn't gash you with a large and explosive play, and Danny Gray has that speed. We saw it in the preseason when he linked up with Trey Lance on that 70-plus yard touchdown. He just needs to put it all together. Checking in at number 3, Marcelino McCrary-Ball. This is a guy who maybe a lot of people don't know all that well. He did intercept Jordan Love in the preseason last year, and San Francisco as an organization likes to bring in linebackers who used to play defensive back and guys who have that defensive back background. That's what Marcelino McCrary-Ball has. With Azeez Al-Shire leaving for the Titans in free agency, linking back up with Rand Carthon, Marcelino McCrary-Ball, who we're going to deem MMB, could be LB3. He played defensive back at Indiana. He is a really good athlete. Now, he didn't get a lot of praise as a rookie or coming out of Indiana. He was a UDFA because he tore his ACL, was also making that positional switch, but he's added some weight. A lot of people like him within this organization. I think he could turn a lot of heads just like Azeez Al-Shire, who was also a UDFA. Diamador Lenoir, somewhat of a familiar name among a lot of people. He really started to come on after Emmanuel Mosley went out with that torn ACL. And by season's end, I thought Deommodore Lenoir started to emerge as a legit number 2 corner at the end of the year and in the playoffs. There was a moment earlier on that last year where he was locking down and putting the clamps on a guy like Cooper Kupp. Then when it came time for the playoffs, I thought Lenoir played good football. He's tough, he's physical, he's not scared, never shies away from contact either. And he's going to have every opportunity to prove that he should get paid in the future heading into year 3 by being cornerback number 2 on the opposite side of Charvarius Ward. And coming in lastly, at number 5, a popular name here. It is Trey Lance. Brock Purdy just got elbow surgery recently, right? Everybody wants to say that Brock Purdy could come back on that 6-month timeline. I'm not buying it. I don't think Purdy is going to be ready for week 1. At the very least, he is facing an uphill battle. Why Lance can break out, he has the ability. That's why he was drafted number 3, 2021, in the NFL draft. At North Dakota State, he ran it. He threw it. We've seen glimpses of him being a very special player in the NFL. He just needs more reps. Well, for him, he's going to get more reps this offseason because Purdy's going to be on the sideline coming back from that elbow injury. It's going to be a 2-quarterback show, Trey Lance as well as Sam Darnold. Lance has an opportunity to win this job because he was the number 3 overall pick back in 2021. If he lights it up, because of where the Niners drafted him, because of his potential, because of the fact that he can take this offense to another level, I don't think they're going to sit him for Brock Purdy. Lance, getting these reps, that's something that he needs. 6'4", 225, solid athleticism, really strong arm, can break out in 2023 as the team's quarterback number 1. With that, let's go to this question before we start answering your questions here on the show. Who is your 2023 breakout candidate for San Francisco? I want you to let me know down in the comment section. And as you venture down there, if you're a diehard fan of the San Francisco 49ers, if you're starving to get content on the daily that is informative, entertaining, consistent, fun, this is the spot for you. Closing in on 80,000 subscribers, so make sure you lock us in and subscribe today. It's the San Francisco 49ers Report. Speaking of our subscribers, to answer some questions from them, Wet Noodle 187. Hey, do you see any chance we can sign Bobby Wagner before he goes back to Seattle? Last I heard, he wants $7 million per year. I'd bring him back for 4. I wouldn't bring him in for $7 million. Bobby Wagner, still one of the highest graded linebackers according to PFF last year. I think he can still play with what he did last year. $7 million too much. I don't think the Niners would fork that over. Also, he plays the same position as Fred Warner. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. Mamba Legend, should we sign Cam Newton? What do you think, Chase? No. Cam Newton has always been inaccurate. What Cam Newton did in 2015 was special when he won NFL MVP, but he has been washed for a really long time. And this past week, if you're watching us on Tuesday, he worked out at Auburn's Pro Day. He was missing guys on simple out routes. I think for him, if you ran triple option for one game and Cam Newton was running the rock, he'd be intriguing to me. But in terms of a guy who can consistently make throws, he can't do it any longer. Mark Dial. I know it sounds dumb, but what about Taylor Lewan? Try him out at right tackle. Might be able to get him cheap. He has said that he can't play right tackle, that he won't play right tackle. He has also said that there are 30 other teams outside of the Titans looking to maybe have interest in him. And he said this obviously before free agency. He said 30 when there's 32 teams because, one, the Titans, they let him go. The second team, the Niners, he said they already have Trent Williams. He won't come here. He can't play right tackle. So it doesn't sound dumb, Mark. I appreciate the question. Taylor Lewan is just a left tackle. Mamba Legend, Chase, would trading for Jason Kelce make sense? No, it would not make sense for a couple of reasons. He's the highest paid center in the NFL now, $14.25 million, and he is never going to not play for the Philadelphia Eagles. He was drafted in the early 2010s. He is an Eagles icon, an Eagles legend. He has contemplated retirement, but he is not going to retire this year, and he's not going to play for another team. He'd rather retire than play for another squad. Plus, you signed Jake Brendel. John Wallace, last question in this mailbag, $5 Super Chat. Looking forward to wearing them proudly next year. He's talking about our Super Chat giveaways towards our Super Bowl run, Bang Bang Niner Empire, and Niner Gang. If you want to do me a favor, give a shout out to this legend right here, John Wallace, down in the comment section by typing J-Dub. He's a real one. He's an OG, massive supporter of what we do. We appreciate him. You should appreciate him too. Show him some love and type J-Dub in the comments. If you want to interact with me, hit me up. Give me a follow on Twitter and Instagram. You see it here to my right, at Chase_Senior. We appreciate y'all.